Okay, so it's been a minute since we did an update on SB 712, which is also known as Leno's Law, and it would exempt vehicles that were between 1976 and at 35 years old, it'd be 1990. It would exempt them from doing the biannual smog check if they have a historic license plate and classic car insurance. So those were the latest amendments that went through the Senate floor and the Senate appropriations in order to get passed. So that's the current version of the bill. Its next big hurdle is coming up on July 14th. That's when it will be heard in the Assembly Transportation Committee. And if that sounds familiar, it's because this process has happened before. The bill was introduced and heard in the Senate Transportation Committee and then heard in the Senate Appropriations Committee before going to the full Senate floor. So the way that laws are made in California is it has to go through both houses, so it has to go through the Senate and the Assembly, and if they pass both houses, they'll go over to the governor's office for him to sign. So that's why it's going through another Transportation Committee, this time on the Assembly side. After it passes through the Assembly Transportation Committee, it'll likely go to the Assembly Appropriations Committee, and if it passes through there, it'll get to the Assembly floor, and if it passes there, then it goes to the governor. So again, this next big hurdle is on July 14th. That's when the bill will be heard. So the big thing is you definitely want to get your support letter in. If you've already written a support letter to the Senate Transportation Committee, that's fine. Just write another one. This time address it to the Assembly Transportation Committee, and support letters are due on July 7th by noon. And I'll put the link to the portal where you submit your letter. I'll also put a template for a letter in the description below. All you need to do is cut and paste it, put in your name or your organization, tell them why they should support SB 712, Leno's Law. Let's get this through the Assembly Transportation Committee and get this bill passed. So just doing a quick update, just make sure you get those support letters in. So the next big deadline is on Monday, July 14th. That's when SB 712 will actually be heard by the Assembly Transportation Committee at 1021 O Street in room 1100, and that hearing will be held at 2:30 p.m. So the other thing you can do is, in addition to writing the letter, is to show up in Sacramento at 1021 O Street, room 1100 at 2:30 p.m. in person and voice your support for SB 712. So you'll just go up to the microphone just like you did for the Senate Transportation Committee. Tell them who you are. You're here to support SB 712. Let them know that you want this bill passed onto the Assembly Appropriations Committee. And then once it gets to Assembly Appropriations Committee, we'll get that passed. Once it gets through and onto the Assembly floor, we'll definitely want you to write letters and submit them to your local Assembly person. Make sure that they support SB 712, Leno's Law. That's the big update. For those who aren't familiar, I'll talk a little bit more about what Leno's Law is and what it does. And then I'll also talk a little bit more about the entire legislative process and on how bills actually become law later in this video. But the important thing right now, get your letter in by July 7th at 12 o'clock. I'll put the link again where you need to submit your support letter. It goes through the support letter portal. You just create an account, electronically submit your support letter, and again, just use my template below. Make it really easy to voice your opinion, support classic car owners. Doesn't matter if you have a classic car that's exempt already. Help some of us out that don't have exemptions. If you have a motorcycle which doesn't have smog requirements, go ahead and support Leno's Law. It's a great community, the car community. Let's all keep together and make sure that this passes. Okay, so there has been a lot of discussion around Senate Bill 712, or now it's officially known as Leno's Law, because of the tremendous weight that classic car collector Jay Leno has put behind this bill. The Specialty Equipment Market Association, or SEMA, as it's more popularly known, is also supporting SB 712, which was introduced by Senator Shannon Grove, who represents Senate District 12, which covers sort of east of Bakersfield and Fresno. So in this video, I'd like to go over a little bit more about what SB 712 will do, what it won't do, and what you can do about it. All right, so let's just start off with what Senate Bill 712 does. So the current law as it exists, as everybody in California already knows, a classic car that is 1975 and older is exempt from having to get a biannual smog check. Now, there was also a special section that for classic cars or collector cars that were 35 years older but newer than 1976, they were actually eligible for an abbreviated smog inspection at the referee. So the referee would perform a sniffer test, a functional test of the gas cap, and then do a visual check for any fuel leaks. Again, this abbreviated smog check would be performed by a bar referee, Bureau of Automotive Repair referee, not your average smog shop. This smog check, even though it's abbreviated, still needs to be performed every other year. So it's not like you can register a car approved as a collector car and then never have to do smog again. You still had to go through the smog check. So on to SB 712, when it was originally introduced, it would remove the requirement of having an abbreviated smog check for all qualified classic cars that were 35 years or older. However, the eligibility to qualify as a classic car would add the requirement of the vehicle being insured as a collector car, not as a daily driver. So I believe going through Grundy or Haggerty would have qualified. A collector car or collector motor vehicle is defined as a motor vehicle owned by a collector as defined in subdivision A of section 505. I'll put the link to that in the description below. And in order to qualify as a collector car, the motor vehicle is used primarily in shows, parades, charitable functions, and historical exhibitions for display, maintenance, and preservation, and is not used primarily for transportation. So again, in order to be considered a classic car, it cannot be your daily driver. And if we dig further into the law, what a collector is considered, because it says a motor vehicle owned by collector, the law defines a collector as the owner of one or more vehicles described in section 5004 or of one or more special interest vehicles as defined in this same article, who collects, purchases, acquires, trades, or disposes of vehicles or parts thereof for his or her own use in order to preserve, restore, and maintain the vehicle for hobby or historical purposes. Each law that's proposed in California goes through this same process. So let me just walk you through the process. So the bill is currently in the Senate Committee on Transportation. It's going to require a majority vote by the committee members for this to advance.
The motion is due pass to the Committee on Appropriations.
Due pass to the Senate Appropriation Committee. And this is because the bill will have a fiscal impact greater than $50,000 to the state. What it means is either the bill will require an appropriation of money greater than $50,000, result in a substantial expenditure greater than $50,000 of state money, or result in a substantial loss of state revenue greater than $50,000. If you look at your smog check receipt, there's the price of the actual smog check, which goes to the smog shop. And then there's an $8.25 fee for the smog certificate itself. This is what the state of California collects as revenue. So if SB 712 eliminates the smog check requirement for collector cars that are older than 35 years, they will lose the $8.25 for each and every car that is no longer required to get a smog certificate. At $8.25, it would only take 6,060 cars over 35 years and older to hit that magic $50,000 number. This is why SB 712 is in the Senate Appropriation Committee. Then the committee can either vote to pass the bill to the full Senate floor, keep the bill in committee, thereby killing the bill, or they can place the bill in suspense, which basically means they are suspended in the legislative process. Then there's a future hearing called the suspense file hearing, and this is where things get a little tricky. The Appropriations Committee will decide with little or no discussion which bills go through to the Senate floor during the suspense file hearing. While the suspense file hearing is public, the decision on which bills move forward and which bills are held in committee and basically done for the year is decided on behind closed doors ahead of the actual meeting. The chair could also decide not to hear the bill at all, which kills it, and the suspense hearing does not allow for any public comment. So all the decisions are pre-made, and then at the suspense hearing, they basically just read you the results.
If the bill passes both the Senate Transportation Committee and the Senate Budget Committee, then the full Senate will vote on the bill. And again, each committee needs to pass by a majority vote. It does not need 2/3 of a vote. If it passes onto the full Senate, all senators senators get to vote on. You need a majority of votes there. If it passes there, then it goes over to the Assembly, and then the process repeats itself. So it's most likely going to first go to the Assembly Transportation Committee, and if they hear the bill and then they pass it, then it'll go on to the Assembly Budget Committee. They hear it and they pass it, and it passes through both committees again. The Assembly Transportation Committee and the Senate Budget Committee goes to the full Assembly, and if they pass it, then the bill goes to the governor, and at that point he can either choose to sign the bill or he can veto the bill. Here's the important part. This is what you can do. You can call, you can write your local assembly member, your local state senator, let them know that you support Leno's law, and you can also submit a support letter to the Senate Transportation Committee. I'll also include a link to the support letter portal where you would submit your support letter. I drafted up a template for a support letter, so all you have to do is cut and paste the description below and stick it in a Word document, fill in some of the blanks, and then you can submit your support letter.
If you're enjoying these videos, please consider subscribing to the channel and to the newsletter using the links below. We'll share more tool buying tips, classic car and classic motorcycle project finds, some motorsport news, and maybe a wrenching tip or two.